probably pretty interesting to hear your stories. Okay. A survey, pay attention because this is going to just first get you into like reading the sections, okay? A survey of 59 families determined how many families have a PVR. PVR is like to record your shows. I'm sure some of you know what that is, but nowadays most of us just stream things. We don't record anymore, but anyways, PVR used to be a big thing. Okay, high definition TV, so I call that H, and a cell phone with a data plan, that's C. Okay, the results are presented in the Venn diagram below. So the 59, the survey of a 59 tells us that this is 59. Okay, and I'm going to use a red pen actually to fill in what, right now, based on all this information, we can fill in what P, H, and C would add up to. I'm going to highlight for this one. So grab a color, anything you want. I'm going to use green. P revolves or includes this circle right here. So when you come up with a number outside of that set, you want to add up all the numbers that appear inside that green circle. Okay? So if you add up 6 and 5, that's 11. Plus 4, that's 15. Plus 5 is 20. So this is 20. And then you have people that use a cell phone. That would be the pink circle right now. So you would add up everything that's in there. 5 and 4 is 9, plus 10 is 19, plus 11 is 30. So you've got your 30 there. And last but not least is people with high definition TV. You can tell this is old, right? Who doesn't have a high definition TV these days? But anyways, 5 and 4, that's 9, plus 9 is 18, plus 10 is 28. So mental math is going to come in extremely handy, but on a test, maybe use your calculator just in case. What's this 9 doing here? Outliers. Okay, this is where it gets kind of crazy, okay, with the notation. But it doesn't get crazier than this. Those are my outliers. Those are the families that have neither. They don't have any of these, right? So this is how we use notation to refer to them. It doesn't matter which order you choose, but it's P or C or H. And what do you think is going to happen now? You're going to put either a bar on top or you go with a little tick like that. I hope it's not a swear word in some language, right? But anyways, so this is OR, right? So it's the union of all the sets, not, right? Then you're left with the outliers. Okay. More notation, more crazy notation here. If I refer to, pay close attention to this part. If I refer to this intersection here between the orange and the pink, okay, if I just want this sliver right here, you're going to go N of H and C. If you want that intersection between the green and orange, you're going to go N of P and H. If you want the intersection between the green and the pink, that's N, P, and C. Let's put in numbers. What would be the number of elements that meet here? What would it be? 5 and 4? That's 9, right? And then this would be 4 and 10, that's 14. This intersection here would be 5 and 4, that is 9. And so I want to make sure that when the question says and, that you don't put that number in either one of these guys. It goes outside. Okay, we're going to put it out here for now until we figure out what the other sections are. Okay, this center, the heart, I'm going to give that a color other than what I already have. But the 4 here, it's going to get a little crazy, so maybe I'm going to try to get an arrow into the heart. See what I did there? There. That center is called this, watch. In any given order, any order you prefer, but it's when you go and of all 3. It's where the people, these people right here, 4 families I should say, 4 families have a PVR, they have a cell phone, and they have a high definition TV, all right? So that would be the center, which is going to be very important to do that. I'm going to just put some words under this. Have all 3. Have all 3, that's, I'm going to give that a, and then of course we've got our outliers that are when you do or. One more here that I just can't fit that in, okay? So I'll just say this, have at least 1. So if the question ever says, hey, families that have at least 1, they're asking for the union of all 3 sets. So this would be P union C union H. Okay, I'm going to just put a cloud on this. But that would be uniting it all, uniting everything together. Okay, so I hope I took my time there and that it kind of started to sink in. Let's fill in this table here where we kind of have it separated a bit. So N of P is 20. And the work we did to get that, we just went 6 plus 5 plus 4 plus 5. Okay, we got 20. And it just means families with a PVR. That's it. Okay, but they could also have other things, but right now 20 PVR. N of C is 30. The work is 5 plus 4 plus 10 plus 11. So basically just add up everything that's in that section, and I got 30. Families with a cell. Okay, I'm just going to shorten that. H is 28. It's 5 plus 4 plus 10 plus 9. So it's everything in H. It's 28. Families with a TV. Basically what that is. I'll skip D for now. I want to focus in on E, F, and H. What is this one again? This is the union of all of them, at least 1. Okay, guys? So watch what I'm going to do here. It's going to be very tedious here. But I'm basically going to add up everything. So I'm going to start with the 6. 6 plus 5 plus 9. Sorry. So I'm doing these 3 here first. 6 plus 5 plus 9. Then I'm doing 5, 4, 10. And last but not least, I'm doing that 11 here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 11, guys, okay? 7 sections that are added up. And that adds up to, should be 50, right? How do I know it's 50 for sure, guys? Universal is 59. How many outliers? 9. So it should jive, right? Why did you do it the long way? Just to show you that that's what I want, right? So 50. This is families who have at least one item. And think about it, right? If you don't have at least one of the 3, you are in the outliers camp, right? You need to have at least one. So you either have at least a PVR, you could have a TV as well, or you can have all 3, but at least one, okay? And is the 4, there's no work here. It's the heart, okay? The heart of the operation. Have all 3 items. Okay, now I'm going to focus in on, the universal down here we can easily, that's 59. Can you see that at the bottom there? The bottom is 59. I'm not going to even necessarily do all of it. I just say that this is all families surveyed. That one is fairly easy to read when you read a question. It's just all, right? Now I want to focus on all these that have a not on top, okay? And what I focus in, you're done copying, right? When you have a not, focus on what are you nodding. Sounds funny, right? But what are you nodding? So in this case, you're saying not what? H. Focus on H. What is n of H? It is 28. So you're basically saying, I don't want the 28. So you're basically saying 59 minus 28. Okay? And that's 31. I don't want to highlight because it's going to mix up with the, but that 28 is essentially being taken away from the universal 31. Visually, I want you to see what I'm doing visually. I'll do this a lot. Think about H. H is right here, correct? So imagine, I have a nice big thumb there. Imagine taking away H. What are you left with? 6, 5, 11, and don't forget about the outlier. They're also included. So you're saying, if you consider everything that's in this box, take away H, I'm left with that. Okay, that's what not does. Okay? So let's see if you can do this one. Well, I'll just see a D. What would you say? How would you write that? Families without ATV, right? H is high definition TV. That's basically what you're trying to find there. So 31 do not have a TV, right? We know that for sure. What about G? Can you figure out what G is? I did P and H up there. We'll go 59 minus What's P and H? Focus on P and H. It is 9, right? Up on our diagram. So you're going to go minus 9. So you're left 50 with 50. So that's 50 right there. And so families who do not have a PVR and HDTV. What's this one called down here? An H, what do we call that? When everything is OR, everything you have is united, and you have this is outliers. We have 9 of them. Okay, so you go 59 minus 9, that is also 50. And so families who have none of the 3 options. You could also say families who do not belong to any of those sets. Okay. Fun stuff, eh? Not. Okay. I'm going to put a little break on this. Yeah. Yes. Thank you. It's 59 minus 50, right? My bad. Thank you. Which is 9. Good catch, good catch. How did I come up with the 50? How could I come up with the 50? The easiest way, if you have your outliers, right, you just go universal minus the outliers, you know 50 is the union of all the sets, right? That's what's in the sets. That's the fastest way of getting your union. The less advisable way is to just add everything up and come up with 50, right? So that's, either way works, so don't think it has to be done one way. I'll take a short break and give you maybe 5 to 10 minutes to start doing what I just did here. So on page 22, I would advise you this. Fill in, figure out the U, figure out the Q, S, R, figure all of that out. Maybe also the ands, right? And then answer the notation, okay? So try figuring that out, see what you get. A whole lot of time left, so I'm just gonna take it back, okay? And then we're gonna look at the first formula. Okay, so sometimes the universal is given, sometimes it isn't. But, guys, watch this. If the question makes some sort of, if it mentions that everybody's in at least one of these sets, everybody's in at least one sport, everybody's in at least one subject, it's telling us that there are no outliers with that statement, okay? So that is a good one to have because it actually simplifies our problem. So no outliers, it is 0 here, okay? So that means that I can just add up whatever I have here, and it is my universal, okay? Because there are no outliers. So I can confidently say that's 0, so anything in here is universal. Let's do Q first. I'm just going to give you the numbers so that you can check. So please check. If you do Q here, that's 34. R is 24. And S is 29. So essentially, you're just adding up whatever is in the circle. Got it. Now, to find a universal, guys, I'm showing you some tricks. Sure, you can just add up all of these sections, including the outlier, come up with a universal. But I'll just do this. 34 on my calculator, I go 34 plus 4, 6, and 12, right? Like, that's a faster way of adding it up. So 56 it is. You're supposed to get 56 as your universal. So 56 is the universal. Q is 34. What's not Q? 56 minus whatever Q is. Think of that, please, whenever you do these ones. It's so much easier. Or you can just say not Q. What am I left with? Add everything up, including the outliers, and that's what you're left with. And I'm going to use a highlighter for this one. R and Q, that is essentially just the intersection here. Okay? It's asking us for the 15, right? Whenever it's and, I will put that sum outside of my Venn diagram. So this should be 5 plus 9, which is 14, isn't it? Yeah, sorry. I wasn't looking at my key, and I can't do two things at the same time. Sorry about that. It's 14. S is obviously just S, that's 29. Not S is 56 minus 29. That is 27. And S and R, right, that's the intersection. That's the one that they have in common. So it's this, it's 15 here. So you can go ahead over here and just put 15 outside. So this is 15. Or that's the one some of you are asking, and I appreciate you asking. If you're not sure, I'm going to use a highlighter for that one as well. It's the union of the two sets, so combining them. S, it's essentially focusing on everything that those two sets have. But you don't want to double up, right? What do I mean by that? 29 plus 24, that would be wrong. You're double counting. Because the 24 includes this, the 29 also includes this, you're double counting. So you either add everything up individually, or you say 29 plus 5 and 4, right? That's 29 plus 9, so that's 38. So I'm going to go 29 plus, so 29 plus 5 and 4, basically. So that's 38. Okay? S and Q, where is that at? S and Q is right there. That's 11. So 11 it is. S and Q not. And again, we were going to focus on what is it. It's 11. So not will be 56 minus 11. So then I get 45. And R is 24. We got that. Let's do the next one together. I hope it's starting to, so pay attention to this part. Do you notice that I'm going all three, but then sometimes I'm just going between the two sets, right? I'm going 3, 2, 3, 2. So that's something you have to be comfortable with. 100 families were involved here, so I know my universal is 100. I add up everything for F, that's 32. I add up everything for D, that's 21. This is 27. Because I can, I'm going to check for the outliers right away, okay? So I will make a note here, check for outliers. Exclamation mark, just a couple, right? Not too many. Anyways. So I'm going to go 100 minus, watch this, again, to speed it up, I'm going to say this is 32 already. So I'm going to go minus 32 minus 11, 8, and 4. Minus 11, minus 8, minus 4. And if you do that, you get 45. And I will write that down in red pen here so it sticks out. Okay, so the 45 is taken care of. There was no statement saying that there's at least, everybody has at least one. None of that happened. So you have to check. And at the end of the day, if you add up all sections, including your outlier, it should add up to the universal. Okay? So you could have figured out that there are outliers if you just added up all of this. It just wouldn't have given you the 100 that you were looking for. How do you refer to outliers? What's the scary notation here? It's not really scary, but it's the union. It's considering the union of all sets and then either putting a bar on top or a little tick. Right? That's what outliers are referred to in notation form. Okay? Let's fill out the numbers so you know what you're doing. F is 32. F and C, where is it? F and C, it's right here. That number is 8. So I'm going to go 8. Not F is 100 minus 32, that's 68. This is the union of all. What's the quickest way of finding the union? I'm going to go 100 minus the outliers. I already know that that is 55, right? N of D is 21. This one here. It's not lunch yet, is it? DUC. That is this one right here. Please don't add 21 and 27. That's wrong because you're double counting that section. So we're going to go 21 plus, right? 21 plus 5 plus 11. And that gives me, oh man, I made a change on this one for you guys. What is this? This is 26, 37? Yeah, thank you. A D not F, a D and F not. Go find what D and F is. It's a 9, right? D and F? Was that Jed's fault again? Because you're looking at him. Anyways, no Jed, I'm just joking here. 81. No. 91. I almost got it. I almost got it. NFC is 27. What's this one? It's just one number. The and, it's the center, it's the heart. It's 3. Okay? F union D. Even my brain is right now, it's struggling. Okay, it's this. Right? So it's 32 plus 4 plus 8. 32 plus 4 plus 8. And that would be 36, 44. And not C, I go 100 minus C, and that is 73. And technically they should all say families, right? All of these numbers, those are the units we're using. I want to talk about, we have a little bit of time. I want to at least talk about the formula. Zero homework, right? If you follow along. We still have lots of time. Where are you guys going? Anyways. Okay, go to 23. Now we're looking at formula, and it's going to get a little ugly at times. I'm not going to lie. But if you're following along what we've been doing so far, you're going to be all right. The and is at the center, all ands, right? This one here, the intersection, would be C intersect B. Or I'm going to go B intersect C, sorry. This would be A intersect B. And this over here would be A intersects C. And I'm going to use 3 different colors here, of course, as you could have probably anticipated. So this and is here. And then this A and C, we're referring to this section right here. And then B and C, we're referring to this section right here. Let's not forget about the outliers. I don't use N in front right now, but because that's where the elements would be found, but we are usually going to use number of elements. one more thing, I want to make a note here. 1, 2, 3. These sections right here, okay, they're like this. It's like somebody ate 2 bites out of this cookie, right? This one here, a bite there, a bite there. Sections, regions 1, 2, and 3 only belong to A or B or C, okay? So that's very important. If it says A only, right, then you would want a number in here for that, okay? If it says B only there, if it says B only there. Hold on. These regions right here, I'm just going to refer to one of them. Let's call that 4. Okay? Region 4. Watch this. It says elements in A and B only. Another way of referring to that would be elements, this is important, A and B, but not C. That's another way of referring to that section right there. I'm going to give that a color. I'm going to give section, this one is very important for you to get that right. If you have another color, just highlight that and then just say, here's how to read that. This is how I know I'm talking about that specific region. And of course, the wording would change if I'm referring to this region or that region. And for tomorrow's homework, this is the only homework for tomorrow, is on your study sheet. Principle, this is pi. If you want a little heading, pi with 3 sets. Okay, we use this formula. Whoa, right? We add everything that's in A, everything that's in B, everything that's in C. We subtract all 3 intersections, and then we add the heart back to it. That's pi in this particular case, okay? I could give you more variations, but I will not do it because this is all we need. Thank you, guys.